Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Community Day Hydreigon in the Master League with the new legacy move, Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing gives Hydreigon a much needed bait move, cheaper than the previously used Dark Pulse, while offering slightly better damage per energy. Since the Master League isn't currently available, I did practice battles with members of my Discord in the Master League Premier Cup to check it out and see if it is worth the investment. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Community Day Hydreigon in action in the Master League Premier Cup. Hopping into the first match, setting Excadrill into Shadow Machamp, and this is a massive problem. My team is ABA weak to fighting, so I'm not in a good spot here whatsoever. I'm going to stay in with Exca and fire off a Drill Run. Drill Run actually goes no shielded, and that is fantastic. I aggressively save switch into the Dragon Tail Garchomp, and my opponent responds with their own Garchomp, but they are running Mudshot. Mudshot is going to charge a lot faster than Dragon Tail, but thankfully, they're not going to be able to apply nearly as much fast move pressure. I am going to commit the shield and then commit to the farm down. This way, I leave very healthy. They bring back in the Machamp and they're going to fire off a Cross Chop. I do tank a Cross Chop from this health range. That is totally fine. And then I am going to be able to farm it down. What do they have in the back? They have a shiny Snorlax in the back. And now it is time for Hydreigon to shine. We're going to Sand Tomb, and in comes Hydreigon. Hydreigon is going to be resisting the lick damage and only taking neutral from the body slams. So if they want to do any meaningful damage, they're going to have to debuff themselves with a superpower. Thanks to Brutal Swing being quite a bit cheaper than Dark Pulse, I'm going to be able to fire them off a lot quicker than I would before. Hydreigon almost at a second Brutal Swing as well. I'm going to call this just a Body Slam. And from here, Hydreigon is going to be able to farm down the Snorlax. And that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, setting Excadrill into Mamoswine. With two dragons in the back, this is definitely where I want to see Mamoswine on the team. I'm going to slightly overfarm and then fire off the Drill Run. This does not one-shot, but it's going to do a bunch of neutral damage. Mamoswine continuing to farm up, and they make an incredible catch, catching the Drill Run onto their Gyarados. I'm going to stay in to check the fast move. It's Waterfall, so I can safely bring in my Hydreigon here. If they do have Outrage, I'm going to be able to outpace them again thanks to having that cheaper charge move in Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing gets the shield. This clues me into the fact that they're probably running Outrage. I do not want my Hydreigon to be hit with the Outrage, so I will commit the shield and then fully farm down. Again, the cheaper charge move comes in handy because I leave with a move loaded and Mamoswine has energy, but Hydreigon is going to win CMP here. So even though they're firing off an Avalanche, I'm able to go first and grab a shield. That is very nice. They are trapped in the CMP. Avalanche will take me out, and I'll bring in Garchomp to get ahead on energy. In the back, they have Dragonite. I'm going to throw 4 Dragon Tails, switch, and catch the Dragon Claw onto my Excadrill. And at this point, this game should be over. I do have a move loaded to take out Mamo in the back, and now this Rock Slide is going to be enough to take out the Dragonite. Rock Slide. Down goes Dragonite, back in comes Mamoswine, and they're firing off a move. Mamoswine is very low HP here, but as I mentioned, we do have a move loaded. Garchomp has the Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is going to be taking care of the Mamoswine, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, setting Excadrill into Garchomp. This is not a great lead for me. I'm going to check the fast move. It's Mudshot, and then I'm going to save switch into my Garchomp. Opponent is going to respond with Glaceon. This is not great for me whatsoever. I'm going to be firing off the Outrage, hoping we can land it, but we get the shield. It does end up being a CMP tie, which is slightly better for me here, because that way they're forced to burn their energy, but a very nice undercharge by my opponent allows them to get some energy back. I'm going to bring in Exca and then fire off the Rock Slide. I need to get this Glaceon out of here. Rock Slide is going to take down the Glaceon. Back in comes Garchomp. I believe this is only a Sand Tomb, but Sand Tomb would still do massive damage here, so I will respect it with a shield. I shield up the Sand Tomb, in comes Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is going to be met with Dragonite, and this is not a great spot to be in. I am going to shield up the Dragon Claw and fire back with the Brutal Swing. At this point, my only win con is to farm them to a health range where I can Mudshot down with Excadrill. So I keep farming them, and then I stop attacking right at the end. Hopefully, I stopped attacking and left them with just the right amount of HP here. I need to be able to farm down in 6 Mudshots. This is going to be very close. Excadrill not going to be able to farm down, and unfortunately, we lose a heartbreakingly close game. Hopping into the next match, shooting Excadrill into Gyarados. I'm going to stay in here to start to check what fast move it's running. They immediately save switch into Chandelure, and we have a great response in Hydreigon. Hydreigon is going to resist Chandelure's standard moveset, so we're in a very comfortable spot here. They fire off the Flame Charge. They're going to be able to reach a second, but that is totally fine because we're going to be able to tank this and commit to the farm down. And this way, we leave with almost 2 full Brutal Swings loaded. Back in comes Gyarados, but we have a ton of energy. Brutal Swing, able to land, and we get to a second one as well. Hydreigon absolutely loving that cheaper charge move. Gyarados able to farm down. Back in comes Excadrill. Excadrill is going to be able to fire off a Rock Slide, and Rock Slide is basically going to be taking them out here unless they shield, so they will commit that final shield. I should survive any one move here, so I'm going to let this through. They end up going for the Crunch. They don't end up doing a whole lot of damage. I was slightly confused as to what's going on there, but after seeing what they had in the back, I believe they may have recognized that the game was just over because they have Metagross in the back, and unfortunately, 2-shield Excadrill is just cleanly able to close out this match. We land the Drill Run, and we can bring in the Garchomp to farm down, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, sending Excadrill into Garchomp. This is not a great lead. I check, it is Mudshot, so I'm going to save switch into my own Garchomp. They bank a move, and then they bring in Mamoswine. Again, a pretty bad place to be. I'm going to go for the bait here, hoping we can grab a shield, but my opponent is able to read it, and they end up not shielding. That is very unfortunate for me. I'm able to reach a second Sand Tomb, which is going to be able to grab a shield on the CMP tie. At this point, Garchomp has done its job, so I'm just going to let it go. We've baited out the Mamoswine successfully. Back in comes Exca, and I'm going to fire off the Drill Run. Drill Run is going to be taking them out. I am fully expecting that Garchomp. It comes back in, and I meet it with the Hydreigon. Outrage would do massive damage, so I will respect it with a shield. Garchomp farming up, and in the back, they have Snorlax. We've seen this is a pretty nice matchup for Hydreigon, so things may not actually be too bad here. I'm able to land the Brutal Swing, and these Dragon Breaths are really adding up. We're able to reach another Brutal Swing as well. Hydreigon able to put in a lot of work, and I'm able to get the shield. They do have quite a lot of energy here. I decided to let it through, and we successfully call the Body Slam. That's massive. They are able to reach a second Body Slam here, and I'm thinking I may be able to farm down. If I can farm down and leave with a move, I can win this game, but they're able to reach a last second move, a miscalculation that is going to cost me the game, because Garchomp did not have a move when they switched, but they do have one now. Earth Power takes down the Excadrill, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, leading Excadrill into Snorlax. This is not the greatest lead ever. Excadrill really does not appreciate superpowers, but I do outpace in this matchup. So I'm going to stay in to start and fire off the Drill Run. Drill Run, able to do some nice chip damage. I overfarm slightly, and then I save switch into Garchomp. They're staying in to throw energy, which honestly works great for me. Garchomp has a lot of bulk to it, so I'm able to absorb that energy no problem. They continue to stay in and fire off another move. This works great for me. They go for the superpower and then they stay in. They debuff their defense, and that allows me to farm down. Opponent may have wanted to switch out there, but stayed in, and they end up giving me a ton of energy. In comes Machamp, and this Garchomp is loaded. We get the shield with the Sand Tomb bait, and I'm able to reach the Outrage. This will one-shot if they let it through, so they're forced to commit that final shield. And in the back, they have a level 40 Muck. Are you kidding me? The spice. That is crazy. We should resist both Dark Pulse and Thunder Punch here, so I don't have to shield. But they're running Return, and that does massive damage. Even spicier. I'm going to bank some energy and then bring in the Excadrill. We should be in a pretty decent spot here. This Muck is running Acid Spray Return. The absolute spice. You love to see it. I'm going to farm up to the back-to-back Drill Runs. First one will be knocking out the Muck, and then the second one will do a ton of damage onto that Machamp. It's not going to be quite enough damage to KO the Machamp, but it is going to get them fairly low. Machamp is going to be forced to throw. That's totally fine, because we have loaded energy on our Hydreigon. In comes Hydreigon, and I'm going to be able to fire off the Brutal Swing. To be honest, I forgot I had the Flash Cannon loaded, but Brutal Swing, easily more than enough to KO, and that's a good game. Hopping into the next match, sending Excadrill into Groudon. For these last few matches, I did want to see how Hydreigon is going to perform against the Master League Open meta, going up against quite a few legendaries. Groudon stays in for a while, and then they catch the Sand Tomb onto the Metagross, which honestly works pretty nicely for me. They were clearly trying to catch an Outrage, but thankfully I was baiting anyway. I'm firing off another Sand Tomb. That is going to connect and get the Metagross quite low. At this point, I'm just going to let the Garchomp go. Garchomp has done its job, and now I'm going to go for a very aggressive farm down with the Excadrill. Excadrill looking for the farm down, but they're able to reach a last second Meteor Mash. It's not enough to KO, but it still does massive damage onto the Excadrill. I'm expecting a blind Fire Punch here from Groudon, so when they bring it in, I immediately switch to catch the Fire Punch onto Hydreigon. That way it is going to be resisted. We tank the Fire Punch in the back. They have Dialga. This isn't even a level 41 Dialga. It's a level 40. It's not best buddied. But as you see, Hydreigon is just getting absolutely melted by Dragon Breath. Hydreigon really not appreciating the Master League Open meta. My only win con at that point was to farm down, and I'm not able to do so. Hopping into the final match, hitting Excadrill into Shadow Moltres, some extreme Master League spice. I save switch into Garchomp, and they are staying in here. They do have Sky Attack, and Shadow Sky Attack would do a solid chunk of damage, so I will respect it with a shield, but they're running Ancient Power. That is not great. I'm going to fire off the Sand Tomb. Even if they don't shield it, it should put it into one Dragon Tail range. They tank it, and in comes Mewtwo. Mewtwo farming up quite a bit of energy, and I'm going straight for the Outrage. I'm hoping that they call the bait a second time, but they do not. They respect it with a shield. This Mewtwo has a ton of energy. At this point, it's not worth shielding. I'm going to save the shield for Hydreigon. That doesn't KO. I aggressive switch Hydreigon since our switch clocks are misaligned, and the Mewtwo is at enough for a Focus Blast. I respect it, but it's a Psy Strike, and they throw a second right after, meaning that they're probably running Shadow Ball. So very nice bait there by my opponent, and I'm able to farm down the Mewtwo. We know they have the 1 HP Moltres. The question is, what is that final Pokemon going to be? And it's a Shadow Machamp. This is not good. I have one win con, going straight for the Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon, massive damage, taking down the Machamp, and that is a good game. All in all, Brutal Swing is a definite improvement for Hydreigon. It gives it a cheaper charge move, which is very nice when you're running the fast move of Dragon Breath, and on top of that, it is slightly more efficient in terms of damage per energy, so overall, it is a net positive to be running Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing definitely makes Hydreigon viable for the Master League Premier Cup. I would say it's very strong off meta, or maybe even meta, because of this improvement. However, in the regular Master League or Master League Open, I still don't feel like it holds up. There's just a lot of Pokemon like Dialga and Zacian that just absolutely destroy Hydreigon, that really do make it hard to use as anything more than a spice pick. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.